remember those '07 New York Giants? Well, we're the 2021 New York Giants, and we could do the same thing and be 0-2 and win. You don't want to put that mindset in them because they're going to get too comfortable with losing. You don't want to have them get too comfortable with losing. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. I hope that this camera is good enough and it won't go out of focus constantly. I'm working on using my phone again and kind of doing it that way. It was better quality, looked better as far as the scenery goes. So you guys let me know if you guys want the phone, you know, the old setup back where you saw my desk and stuff like that, and you were kind of at a farther view. You guys let me know, or if you like these type of videos more, you guys let me know, and I'll do that for you. But that being said, let's get right onto the intro, and we're going to talk about this New York Giants team and what is possibly wrong with this New York Giants team. What is really the problem with the 2021 New York Giants? Obviously, guys, it cannot be just the players. It is not just the players. I know a lot of people like to blame, James Bradberry for this game, maybe Dexter Lawrence, maybe Darius Slayton, but it really comes down to one thing, and that is coaching. And with the coaching is the scheme, the game plan. This New York Giants team, on paper, it looks better than the New York Giants team from 2020, and the New York Giants team from 2020 always came out the gate with at least a good game plan. Now, we lost a lot of players on that 2020 team, and we had to make do with the players that were obviously on the bottom of the depth chart, had to work their way up, like Wayne Gallman, who really ran hard for this New York Giants team and really did a phenomenal job for this New York Giants team, and it was a next man up type of mentality, and they all played to the best of their ability because of the coach's game plan. Most notably, Patrick Graham, he was always on the money with the defensive game plans of how to stop a certain offense. We were constantly put in positions where the defense would allow us to, allow this offense to get the ball back, and they would potentially go down the field to score. Obviously, the offense last year wasn't capable of doing that because of game planning from the offensive side of the ball, but it looks like this game plan for this season, the 2021 New York Giants, is like they're playing not to lose. And one comment I saw from one of my subscribers saying, playing not to lose will make you lose. You have to be aggressive. You have to be, putting the best foot forward, taking risks, and that's how you win games that way. You have to go for it on fourth down every once in a while. You can't just settle and take kicks. We talked about it. The Young Guns did our play-by-play of this Washington football team game, and what happened was, we had a lot of instances where we were near the red zone or in the red zone, and we elected to take field goals. We took a field goal from inside our 10-yard line. That is absolutely ridiculous. All right, we had fourth down and 3 from the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. Why not go for those 3 yards, get the first down, and you have another 4 downs to work with to get inside the end zone? You have to be more aggressive. And what I see from this New York Giants team is playing it safe, being conservative, and not taking any type of risks whatsoever to shoot themselves in the foot, causing themselves to shoot themselves in the foot. Look at what I really want to talk about in this video is the defense. Most notably, the defense. Jason Garrett did a decent job in this game, but it doesn't let him off the hook necessarily. Obviously, he has his own issues with playing too safe, playing conservative, and when he wants to get cute, it's a terrible play. Like the end around for Sterling Shepard last game. What was that? But looking at the defense, focusing on the defense. What are we doing on defense this season? What are we doing? A lot of people want to blame the front seven. A lot of people want to blame James Bradberry. He's not having a good year. He's burnt toast this year. James Bradberry literally looks no different except of what he is being asked to do. You can't just in the game of football, it's not like basketball where you pretty much do whatever you want to do, and kind of the players make up their own thing there. It's more of a player-centric type of sport. In the NFL, it's more of a coach-centric type of sport. You do what the coach tells you to do. You don't veer off of what the coach tells you to do, because if you do your own thing, you've got 10 other players doing what the coach wants them to do, and then you're screwing everything up. Okay, when it comes to the NFL, when it comes to football in general, you got to pretty much do what the coach tells you to do. And that's why there's a lot of situations in the NFL and in football in general where you have player and coach disputes causing just a huge debacle. You look at the Green Bay Packers, for example, the Philadelphia Eagles, for example, with Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson, and him not being able to be coached up well, Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, so on and so forth. Des Bryant and Jason Garrett, back when Jason Garrett was with the Dallas Cowboys. All right, a lot of these situations happen between coaches and players, so pretty much you got to do what the coach tells you to do. A lot of people are saying that James Bradberry is burnt, he's washed, he's terrible, but you look at James Bradberry lined up 7-8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, away from the wide receiver, and allowing that wide receiver like a Terry McLaurin to cut inside of James Bradberry, find that zone, and get the reception there. There was one play in particular, I don't know if James Bradberry was necessarily covering him, but Terry McLaurin was on the left side of the field. He was in the slot. Tay Crowder was on a middle linebacker blitz. He goes ahead and blitzes inside. Terry McLaurin takes the initiative to find the open zone where Tay Crowder left and just sit right there and get that reception. We are playing such zone cover. It's so easy to break apart. The soft zone coverage we were playing against reminds me a lot of my flag football team. The defenses we see on flag football, right? Just soft zone coverage, not playing to get beat, right? Kind of a prevent defense. In flag football, it's so easy to beat that, but it's flag football, okay? You're not expected to see like advanced defenses in flag football. It seems like that's exactly what we were doing out there. Just easy, soft cover 3, where these corners are so far back. Now, in the beginning of the third quarter, the defense moved up a little bit. We saw some instances where Adoree Jackson was playing more press, but still playing zone, but more press, and James Bradberry was pulling back, and then vice versa as well. I saw James Bradberry coming up and Adoree pulling back. But, I don't know why we're not playing, even if you want to stick to zone. Like, we stuck to zone the majority of last season, and although we allowed quarterbacks to pretty much, get chunk yardage on us, we always had that bend but do not break sort of mindset and the play style that we allowed the quarterbacks to throw downfield. But when it came to the red zone, we shut it down real quick. It doesn't seem like that with this New York Giants team. We are just allowing these teams to move downfield with ease. So if you ask me what is wrong with the 2021 New York Giants, do not blame the lack of Dalvin Tomlinson not being there. Do not blame James Bradberry being roasted and washed. He's not. It's a totally different game plan. Even don't blame Darius Slayton. All right, Darius Slayton caught a touchdown. I think we seem to forget that Darius Slayton caught a touchdown before. All right, so he helped us potentially win the game, but he was ultimately a reason of why we lost the game as well. He pretty much dropped points for us. But at the same time, you cannot blame it on an individual player when there are 22 starters on each individual team. You have to put the blame on the coaches for not putting up the right game plan to put your team in position to win before the final play of the game. Do not put your team in a position to attempt to win a game and have the pretty much the be-all end-all of your game by a kick by the opposing team. Dustin Hopkins, we had to rely on him missing a kick, and that's why Dexter Lawrence was so up and antsy. He was amped up, and it caused him to go off sides, because that the fate of our game, the fate of that win or loss was based on a kick from the opposing kicker inside our red zone. Never try to put your team in that kind of position. You always got to coach and out-scheme the other team to flip the position onto that team, force them to try to win the game that way. And the Giants did a terrible job of doing that. The Giants did a terrible job of managing the game. All right, Patrick Graham is a huge blame of this, and it really puts the focus point on and really puts the fire under the defense, because they were a big part of the success last season of us going 6-10. Like, if it wasn't for that defense playing the way that they did with the offense that we had last year, we could have damn near been a 0-win team or a 1-win team, maybe a 2-win team, but this team was going nowhere if the defense wasn't at the level it was at last year, and we were just asking it for it to be somewhat similar to what it was last year. If this offense is truly trending in the right direction, then we don't need this defense to be exactly what it was last year. Just be similar to it, get close to it, build from it. You should be better, but we're asking just for at least the same or less, or just slightly less. We're just asking for growth and progression, but it seems like they're trending the wrong direction. Is it right to hit the panic button? Listen, we've seen this too many times. I don't want to hear anybody, in the comments or on Twitter talking about, well, the 07 New York Giants were 0-2 before as well, and this is how we made our Super Bowl runs. We have to stop talking about that, okay? The New York Giants have started 0-2 for, I believe, I don't know, the past 10 out of 11 years or something like that. It's been a very long time. It's been like that, and every single year we hear the same thing from two overly optimistic Giants fans. So overly optimistic Giants fans keep saying that, keep mentioning the Super Bowl runs and starting off 0-2. You don't want to be in that position. Although the season isn't technically over, or the season isn't technically, a failure, you definitely don't want to put yourself in that position, and you should not be overly optimistic, because that's not forcing any change. Not that we force any change, but you don't want the team to represent that. You don't want the New York Giants team right now to be in the locker room and say, we're 0-2 right now, everything's okay. Remember those 07 New York Giants? Well, we're the 2021 New York Giants, and we could do the same thing and be 0-2 and win. You don't want to put that mindset in them, because they're going to get too comfortable with losing. You don't want to have them get too comfortable with losing. They have to pick it up. Joe Judge, I'm tired of his cookie cutter, press conferences, these rah-rah press conferences of him being such a great man and a stand-up guy and old school football, and I don't want to hear that anymore. Just win. Just win. Oakland Raiders style, baby. Just win. All right? So that being said, guys, that is my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I really wanted to get to doing film studies and film reviews, but NFL Game Pass is screwing me over right now, and there's no NFL film for pretty much anybody except people that know people on the inside to get their hands on it. So that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.